Welcome to Honest to Goodness Podcast, your podcast for honest opinions of good entertainment. My name is Morgan, and my co-host is Kerri, and tonight's entertainment will pretty much just be an introduction of us. Hopefully that's entertaining to you guys. I would hope so, because we'll just see.
We find ourselves pretty entertaining anyway.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
So, if you are from Anchor and you're listening to us right now, then this is your first episode and you've never known anything about us, you've never heard of us, never seen us. For our YouTube people, hi, we're back.
We're back, baby.
So for those on Anchor who don't know, we used to be a podcast under the name of Hope Valley Central Station. We mainly did podcasts on YouTube and a couple of live videos here and there that are pretty popular on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Mainly centered around the show When Calls the Heart. If you don't know the show, the only way you can see it and really know anything about it is if you're an avid Hallmark fan. But for our YouTube fans, you guys obviously met us on Instagram where we did crazy long 4-hour lives and talked about our theories and what we thought about what was going on the show. But we have now switched gears and I think have improved ourselves greatly from that. And so, yeah.
I believe so. I'm really looking forward to this. And to all of our Instagram followers and our YouTube followers, thank you so much because we would not be here without y'all. Y'all are literally what talked us into doing this. We love y'all so much. And to our Anchor followers, welcome to the family.
It's so good to have a new outlet to bring you guys because I know a lot of you have actually come to us and been like, I kind of do better with this audio. Most of the time I'll just put y'all's videos on YouTube and just kind of have it in the background while I'm cleaning or I'm doing this or I'm folding laundry. So I'm glad to be able to actually bring that to you guys without y'all having to be on YouTube. Yeah. I know it will definitely make a difference. So for any of our Anchor fans, hi, hello, welcome to the family. We hope you guys stick around and enjoy. So to our YouTube family and our Instagram family, we have been gone for, since
almost 5 months.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months since the finale of When Calls the Heart, season 8. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that great of an ending to
our last podcast about the show itself was pretty much us in tears. So that's
definitely not how you want to go into a hiatus, but I guess that's what hiatuses are for, I guess.
Yeah, albeit it was an unintentional hiatus.
It really was. Literally the next week, you were actually, when we filmed the last episode, you were already out of town.
Yeah, I was in Indiana.
Yeah, you were actually in the hotel when we were recording. Mm-hmm. And you got slammed with more things, with more traveling opportunities due to an event that we will probably talk in later videos. But if those that don't know, I know a majority of them have been talked about on live. But anyways, yeah, I think we've been gone for about 4 or 5 months. I've been busy, work, moving. so many things have changed in just those 4 months. So
Wow.
yeah, but within that hiatus, it gave us the opportunity to really digest both the finale, help us to kind of think of new ideas, get kind of switch gears, and completely make a whole new podcast.
Yeah.
That I think is definitely an improvement.
Oh, definitely. And
Yeah.
to be clear, for any of our YouTube followers or whatever that followed us, because we were Hope Valley Central Station talking about the Hallmark show When Calls the Heart, we're still going to be talking When Calls the Heart. But
we're not stopping.
We're not stopping, but we just are expanding our podcast, bringing you much more of our favorite entertainment and just bringing all kinds of good stuff to the table. Like we were gone for what, like 4 months when, I was in and out of town, Morgan was moving, getting a job, whatever. And then when we finally got to where we could record, we went, you know what, let's do something bigger. Let's do something better. So we have actually been doing a lot of work behind the scenes that y'all had no idea about, but we're super excited. If you're on YouTube, you can see the shirt that I'm wearing is actually part of what we were working on. We're going to be hopefully releasing more shirts, but from our Instagram lives and stuff, the hashtag Team No Candles has become a very popular running joke. Well, it's not fully a joke, but very popular slogan with our podcast and with our followers and stuff. So that was the first t-shirt we came up with, was the hashtag Team No Candles. And that link will be in our show notes and stuff. Those are available right now. And we're really excited to continue to create merchandise and stuff that y'all have asked for. But, we're just getting our feet wet here, just kind of working our way into it as we go. So
yes, please bear with us, because we've definitely hit a lot of potholes on the way to get to this right now. Like, you guys have no idea, but it's only made us want to do it even more and made that desire even greater. So we're very excited for what we're about to continue to show you guys. And for our Anchor fans, I know you guys can't see the shirt that she is wearing right now, but hashtag Team No Candles comes from a live, like she said, and it basically surrounds When Calls the Heart. So if you have watched When Calls the Heart and you know about, the characters and different things that have happened in the show, then Jack Thornton used a lot of candles with a lot of his dates with Elizabeth, and now Lucas Richard is continuing on that tradition. And me and Kerri just aren't big fans.
Elizabeth did it too. Like, it wasn't just the guys. Elizabeth did it too.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, it's just kind of our own little jab at the guys and Elizabeth for wanting to think that excessive amounts of candles that are very hazardous, okay, it literally almost burned the church down before their wedding.
Yes.
So it's just kind of us poking and making fun of something that probably is just harmless romantic stuff, but it's just
self-expression. It's called self-expression.
Yeah. So if you guys also think that candles are a little overrated, then get you guys it comes in t-shirts, long sleeves, crew necks, and sweatshirts. And all the money that the t-shirts bring is just more ability for us to bring more entertainment to you guys. At first, we decided to try and use the money to get us equipment so that we can make better content for you guys. It could provide us with the ability to be on Anchor with clear sound, where you guys can clearly hear us. There's no glitches, no problems. You guys can see us better, different things like that. But as you can see and hear, we already went ahead and bought the equipment, but there's more things in store. So please, if you guys would love to help us out, or even just do a donation, not necessarily buy anything, that's cool too. We don't want to pressure anybody into doing that kind of things. We understand that times are hard right now for everybody, so don't feel pressured to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we love all of your support, everyone who views our videos, everyone that joins in on our lives, everyone that likes the posts that we make. It all matters so much to us. And once again, we thank you guys.
I love y'all.
Very much. But I guess we can talk about now, since we kind of, talked about how we're no longer just going to be doing When Calls the Heart. We're going to be adding When Hope Calls, which is the spinoff of When Calls the Heart, which is surrounding these two sisters who open up an orphanage in a town not too far off from Hope Valley, which is the town in When Calls the Heart, for those that don't know. We're also going to be adding Canada's number one TV show series, Heartland.
Which I have never seen. That's one thing we're going to be doing, is introducing each other to things that the other has never seen. Like, she's going to be introducing me to some of her favorite shows. I'm going to be introducing her to some of my favorite shows and movies. So we're super excited.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we're really excited too, because it kind of adds more fun for us too, to bring it to you guys, because you'll be really getting our honest first impressions of these episodes that I know are going to be so much fun to go through. I like, for instance, Gilmore Girls has been a huge favorite of mine. It's like one of my comfort shows. Like, I can literally just scroll through any season, pick an episode that I like, and just put it on in the background, and it feels good. So I can't wait to kind of show that to her. I think that that's one of these shows that she would really love, because she's very much like an old soul. And if anyone has watched Gilmore Girls, then there's a lot of
pop references, or
pop culture references. Kind of may go over somebody else's head who maybe not watch like these original shows that Lorelai Gilmore watched, but Kerri has pretty much watched a lot of them. I know, because I went back and so I know that will be really fun to watch her like pick apart all the pop culture references and stuff like that. Like, I remember that movie. I watched that movie. I like that movie. So
And I will say this too, like, if you've been following us on YouTube for a while, or Instagram lives, you definitely know this. But if you're joining us on Anchor for the first time, or YouTube, wherever you're at, if you're joining us for the first time, I will say this: one of the reasons we went with the title that we did of Honest to Goodness is because you will never, ever get anything out of us except our honest, very honest opinion about things. Like, and everything, Morgan and I are both Christians, so we have very high standards in what we'll watch and listen to and such as that. So, if there's something that we don't approve of, you're going to know about it, so.
Yeah, like I know Gilmore Girls, for instance, I will say this. There are a few cuss words in it, other things and like just suggestive phrases maybe that aren't necessarily appropriate. And I brought this up to Kerri. I'm like, do you want to do this show? Because I understand us as Christians, we don't cuss, we don't approve of, things like that. And she said, it would be able to give us things to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I mean, the fact of the matter is, and the Bible talks about this, about not keeping fellowship with people that do all these different things. And it says not necessarily the people of the world, for in that case, you would have to go out of the world. Like, this stuff is in the world. So how do you do it?
You're not going to be able to completely escape it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there are even Hallmark movies where they're drinking, they're in bars, they're, just different things like that. They may not cuss, and they may not have like, very revealing clothes or whatever, but there are certain, I mean, you can, if you're wanting to nitpick everything, you're going to find something.
Yeah.
But another show that we're going to be watching that Kerri's going to introduce to me is That Girl. So I don't know really anything about it. I know that it's definitely an older show, but I did watch one episode, and I have to say it's really cute.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very cute show. It's got that comedy that you don't really get anymore. Like, I'm kind of a big fan of physical comedy, while also like witty comedy, where it's like, fireworks going off with each person, like, at each other. So that show definitely has that, and so I'm really glad to be able to kind of bring some more of that stuff out.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. And if y'all want to give us suggestions on like, we're open to suggestions. Now we will make our own decision as to whether or not we'll cover something or whatever, but we are totally open to suggestions on TV shows or movies or whatever. We already have a pretty long list, but you're welcome to throw us some more.
Yeah, definitely. We're all fun, because knowing me, like, I know me, like, whenever I'm actually trying to think about good shows or like movies to watch, like, I always blank on some of them. And don't fear for those that love Christmas movies and we're fixing to head into December, Christmas movies are already playing right now. We've got a ton in store for you guys. Trust me, we are very big Christmas advent, like Hallmark classic movies. So we will definitely cover a lot of those, especially in December. So catch out for that. Watch out for that.
We might even have a few little Christmas surprises coming too. That is gonna be so fun. Like, we're working on so much behind the scenes, y'all. You'll have no idea. It's gonna be so fun.
I know we're trying to obviously give you guys snippets so you guys can actually kind of bite onto those and like get you guys excited, but we also don't want to give you too much because then it kind of ruins the surprise. Yeah. So but yeah, we've got a lot in store and I wish we could talk about it more, but obviously that would ruin it. Makes it no surprise anymore. But yes, also I'm just gonna go ahead and plug in our Instagrams and our YouTube for those on Anchor. My Instagram, our Instagram is Honest Goodness Pod. We will have those in the show notes for you guys to click on and copy and paste into your browser, whatever it is, however you choose to look at Instagram. There we'll mostly be posting. That's where you can kind of watch us, update you guys, like put out polls and stuff for you guys to join in to say which ones you want to want us to work on, like what movies you want us to work on, TV shows you want us to work on. So yeah, and we also have other separate accounts that are, they're what we call the hard accounts, but those accounts are where we mainly go live on. And so if you guys are someone who, whether you're someone that's coming from Anchor or you're coming from YouTube, you guys can click on there if you guys want more content outside the podcast itself and kind of join us on live. That's where we kind of get a lot of our content from, is from you guys coming in straight through the comments and being like, oh, like, you know, we love it when you guys do this, or like you guys could totally do this, and we can guys like give you guys our live opinions on things. Even
we have so much fun on live.
Oh yeah,
seriously, y'all, we have so much fun.
Especially if it's really late in the night and we're like delusional. It's the best.
Yeah,
guys, it's
those
the best.
2:00 in the morning where I'm dying laughing, like Morgan's over there like, Kerri, breathe, Kerri, breathe. I need
or sleep. She's calming me down.
At that point, I need sleep.
Yeah, that or like she's calming me down because I'm getting fired up about something that I have a very strong opinion on. That's one thing that you will see. I mean, Kerri gets very feisty, but I'm definitely more feisty when it comes to my opinions on things.
Yeah, I think that's the Cajun in her. True.
That actually gives us the ability to kind of actually introduce ourselves for our Anchor people.
Yep.
I'm Morgan. Hopefully you guys can distinct our voices from each other, seeing as I have a Louisiana accent and this George Peach over here that sounds definitely different.
Hello, darling.
I am born and raised in Louisiana. She has been, we met on Instagram. I've watched When Calls the Heart since it started, but whenever it got close to time for the new season 8, I was like, you know what? I really like this show. I really like this new character, Nathan Grant. I'm going to make a fan count over him because I feel like that's just what I want to do. I just want to jump into it. And that's when I noticed this whole new fandom of just really good, kind, honest people.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I really love this. I love that there's like a loving community here. And so I just started talking to different people. Well, Kerri was one of the accounts that I stumbled upon and started to talk to. And I was like, you know, I see different ones kind of going on live and just talking and giving their opinions about the show and what they think about things like such as the triangle, the love interests, and just different scenarios and scenes that have been playing out and just their opinions about it. So I was like, you know what? I think I want to do that. But I don't really want to go on live by myself because I wasn't sure if I would even, like, if it would be boring or I really didn't know where to start. So I was like, you know, me and her, we had already been talking about, like, what team we're on. Obviously, Team Nathan, for those that don't know. But we love Lucas, too. Just going to go ahead and put that in there. If anybody's Team Lucas, don't worry. We don't bash him here.
Yeah. No hate allowed on this podcast.
None. You will be deleted and blocked. Okay. I will say that, you know, we just were clicking and I was like, you know what, let me just see if she wants to go on live with me. So I was like, hey, I'm fixing to go on live in a little while. I know it's awkward because we obviously have never seen each other face to face. I don't know if you're an old man trying to be weird.
Not fun.
So I was like, better way to do it is live. So she was like, yeah, sure. So we got on live. First time we ever really talked to each other. And we stayed on for like 4 hours. Just talking about the show, sharing our opinions about the show, what all we had seen since everything happened with season 5. We're not going to go into much detail with everything because this is mainly just us introducing ourselves. If you do want to know more about When Falls the Heart, we will be starting from the very beginning, which is the pilot movie, and going on through it. But that's how we met, and we've just clicked from there. People were like after that first live, people were already
literally, yeah.
Like directly on the live, people were commenting in the comment section of the live and were like, oh my gosh, y'all should like do a podcast. Like, y'all are so funny together. Y'all, your honest opinions about the show is what I've been wanting, from these other podcasts and from these other like interviews, even like I wish they would be this honest in interviews and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, okay. We talked about it. We're like, why not? I mean, what do we got to lose? I mean, if nobody watches, nobody watches. So here we are.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I'm Kerri, and as Morgan said, I am from Georgia. How long have we been texting? Like 2 days? I think literally before.
Yeah, I think only 2 days.
Like it 2 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was just a matter of a couple of days that we had been messaging. Morgan had just set up her account, the Team Nathan Grant on Instagram. I have had my When Calls the Heart fan account, which is Hardy Forever and Always. I'd had it for years, and I had not been active on it in a few years. And season 8 brought me back to doing edits and whatever. And so that was, again, just kind of me getting back active on that, and her seeing me posting and whatever is how we ended up meeting. And it was literally like we just got on and we just clicked. Like it was just incredible. So we've known each other about a year.
Almost 2
through this year, because it was February was when
so almost 2. We got like 3 months until we got 3 months until it's 2 years.
Yeah. So we just really clicked right away. Like she said, we had people automatically saying, y'all need to start a podcast. So we did, and we have literally had the best time. I think we could both probably say that we've almost become more like sisters at this point than just friends. Like if you're on YouTube, you'll see our intro video that we recorded. We finally actually got together for the first time just a couple of weeks ago, really.
Yeah, like, this about
a month
ago,
I guess.
I totally forgot. This is the video that we're going to give you guys the intro for the first time. Like, I totally forgot. Like, guys, she came down and drove 8 hours one way. 9
hours.
Oh, 9? Even better. She drove 9 hours to get to Louisiana, and we ended up not even staying in Louisiana. We ended up going to Natchez, Mississippi, which is not very far from where I live. And we decided to go to Natchez because, if you guys don't know, a Hallmark movie just filmed there and premiered there tonight. Yes, last night. The Every Time a Bell Rings movie from Hallmark premiered last night in Natchez. I unfortunately didn't get to go. I was out of town, but
and I was in Georgia, so I definitely did not get to go.
No. But from what I can see in pictures, everyone had a great time. But we were like, the decorations are still up. The Christmas decorations from the movie some of them are still up. It's a beautiful over there, great place for us to kind of film this, because we knew we wanted to film kind of a montage of videos, as you guys could see. For those on Anchor, if you guys do want to see it, come on over to our YouTube channel. It's great. It's worth it. And we were just goofing off and having fun. And yeah, hopefully you guys like it.
When I got the video edited together, I showed it to my dad, and literally his comment was, people are going to be asking if y'all are sisters. Like, it's hilarious. If you like, even our hair color is practically identical. Like,
it like I don't like obviously
it's almost creepy. Like we'll text each other and we're doing the exact same thing at the same time, or we'll say the same thing at the same time, or whatever. It's like I swear we're twins.
We actually, I think did someone ask us if we were sisters? Because we actually got stopped. We actually got stopped by a couple of people who needed us to take their picture because they were obviously also there to kind of enjoy the Christmas decorations and the gazebo that you guys got to see in the intro, along with the bridge and different things like that. We had a couple of people stop us and like, oh well, they got a camera so they can take our picture. Like they know how to operate this thing because it was older people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a little weird because we'll even text each other about certain things and we're like, oh, I was just doing that, or I was just thinking about that, and it's just really weird. It's really crazy.
Yeah. It's awesome though. I do want to give a very special shout out. Like we have so many people that we have become close friends with through doing this podcast and stuff. But I would love to give a very special shout out to our friend Amy, who is Cross My Heart on Instagram. But she has done so much for us with this and literally asked for nothing in return. Like we have dubbed her our creative consultant because she, if you are seeing the art for our podcast, she actually helped us come up with the name of our podcast. She's created the art for our podcast. Like this woman is the MVP behind this podcast. Amy, we love you. Thank you so much.
Yes, we love you so very much. Yes. We're so thankful for you because we honestly probably wouldn't even gotten as far as we have already with the new addition to the way that we are doing the podcast now. I mean, we didn't even ask her. We didn't even think to ask her. She's done incredible edits before, but we just never really crossed our mind to think about it because I usually do a lot of our edits. And I was like, I was actually kind of struggling because I was like, the new name and everything. I was like, how am I going to do our icons? How am I going to do our headers, our backgrounds, different things like that? And then one day
I just start sending us stuff and it's like, y'all totally don't have to use any of this, but I'm just messing around with this. And we went,
we're going to use it. Like it was incredible. Yeah. Like I would have never thought to do the cartoon. I would have never thought to do like neon lights and like all of that. I was literally just doing like a basic like microphone icon and like just doing it in plain black lettering. I was like, and usually I did more. Like I liked like our previous stuff I did more work on, but I was really stumped with this one.
Yeah.
And Amy, just one day I just got random pics from Amy and it was a bunch of photos. And I was like, oh my God, these are incredible.
Yeah.
Like I would have never thought to do any of that. So it was incredible that she did that. And she's like, are you sure I could change the icon? I could change this. I could change that. I'm like, don't do nothing.
Yeah.
It is perfect the way that it is.
Yeah.
So shout out to her because she didn't have to do that at all.
No,
she really chose to do it. She was excited to do it. And that's what makes it even more fun. So yeah, shout out to Amy.
And y'all will be seeing her on the podcast or hearing her on the podcast at some point because she was on one episode with us on the Hope Valley Central Station. And I think that was one of our most popular episodes. Like everybody loved her.
I think it's still one of our most viewed YouTube videos and it's still up. Even though we have changed everything, we still have our previous episodes up. So if anyone on YouTube is just now seeing us or anyone that on Anchor who wants to enjoy our older podcast episodes, please go check them out. They're really, great, nostalgic for us to go back and listen to. But yeah, we can't wait to have her back on. We've got even more people that we want to come on from our lives that we've become great friends through this with. But yeah, we've got a lot of exciting things planned and it's so much fun. So,
and again, give us y'all's feedback. Let us know what you would like to hear. We're definitely open. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah. And if you can't already tell, we're definitely not scripted. We just kind of just start talking and you guys are just kind of our audience. We just, we just start rattling.
We're pretty much visiting here and letting y'all eavesdrop. Yeah. you get to eavesdrop
at you guys.
Yeah, you get to eavesdrop and it's not rude. This is your excuse to eavesdrop.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so obviously now some of the shows, like for instance, When Calls the Heart, When Hope Calls, they're continuing to be filmed right now. So obviously we'll be able to do kind of more like episode by episode like real reactions to new episodes as they come out. But when things like Gilmore Girls and shows that have already been established, have already been recorded and played out there and pretty much already ended, so there won't be any more new content. I kind of like that idea. We kind of get to bring you guys both because I think with especially with Gilmore Girls, we can add our opinions, but like it's not going to be something that if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's just us beginning to freely put our opinions out there and not have to worry about it being
and you're going to be getting my raw reaction to it.
Yes, you will be getting her raw reaction episode by episode. I'm not letting her cheat. I'm not letting her watch more than one episode at a time, maybe two, depending on how many times.
Literally, I'm going to be using her Netflix account to watch this, so she can control it. She's like doing the finger.
Kerri,
I'm watching you.
We're not supposed to be on episode 3 yet. And the same with her.
You can't tell she is really excited to be doing Gilmore Girls.
I really am. Guys, I was like, I think 12, maybe younger when I did this show, and I'm 24 now.
Yeah.
Gotta be 25 in December. I know that's personal information. I should put that out there. If Jesus protect me, you'll be all right.
Well, and I'm 26. Just kind of to let y'all know, since she told me.
Like we're not children. We're not little immature teenagers, even though sometimes we act like it.
Oh my word. Seriously though, you got a couple of Southern girls right here. You're gonna get some sass and you're gonna get some sarcasm. I think that's what a lot of people love about us though, is just the fact that we are unfiltered.
Very unfiltered.
We're clean, but we're unfiltered. Like a minute ago,
we were even kind of struggling doing the whole intro where I was like, welcome to Hope. See, I even started doing Hope Valley Central Station again.
I totally did it the other night when I was.
Yeah, we did it like 4 times. Like, guys, I'm telling you, we have enough footage to do like a blooper reel just from us trying to do the Welcome to Honest to Goodness.
Oh yeah.
Because we're definitely not scripted. Like we try and plan things and we try and like keep it clean and at least
we kind of have an outline of like what
that's to keep us on track because like if we didn't have like a little bit of control here, we would be on here for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And we actually have YouTube videos that are like 2 hours long. So yeah. Even with the outline, we're still talking for like an hour. But I love Gilmore Girls because it was just a major comfort show for me. Back in this show came out in 2001, I think. I could be wrong, maybe 2007.
No idea.
I don't know. Anyways, it was in like 2000s. At the time, shows like One Tree Hill and the OC, shows that were very much around drama and everything were out. And I just like that, there was some drama. There's a little bit of, chaos in Gilmore Girls, but not really.
First episode date, October 5th, 2000.
Okay, so in 2000, so that was around the time that One Tree Hill was out, the OC, all of these other like teen soap opera type dramas were out. And, Gilmore Girls was just about this mom and daughter who are living in this really small, quaint hometown where everyone knows everyone. I think everyone can kind of relate to that, being from small towns where, everybody knows everybody. Everybody's helping out everybody's business. And, it really takes hold of that saying of like, it takes a village to raise a child too. Because, Lorelai was a young teenage mother who ran away from home. And you just kind of see her, like, you just see them being such a tight-knit duo and kind of being more like friends than they are mother and daughter, and how to navigate that whole situation, trying to balance being friends and while also, understanding that I'm the mother, you're the daughter type situations too. And then adding this chaos of a small town where there's really quirky, like weird characters that are in the town. And also the craziness of having rich grandparents. and a preppy high school, and just all kinds of different elements that I think are really fun and just grab your attention while also giving you important lessons. And yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But to kind of circle back to one point real quick, that we are unscripted. We are also unedited.
Mm-hmm.
So you will hear our mess ups.
Mm-hmm.
You will probably get pop-in visits by Morgan's cat, Ambrose. We have dubbed him our mascot because he just kind of pops up whenever he decides to, and then her dog Jax. So yeah, you will probably get impromptu visits from them. And so I mean, we're real, guys. We're real. There is nothing fake about either one of us. Now, I will say that if we talk about that we're unscripted, we're just going to give our honest opinion, whatever. I will say that if we get to do any interviews, which we hope to do, but if we get to interview people, that we're not going to be untrue to ourselves, but we will be a little more tactful, I guess might be the word, like to maybe not bring up subjects that we know they can't talk about, that we would talk about, but, because they can't necessarily just say what they think all the time, So we're going to be very respectful of boundaries within that, but you will still hear us being honest within that. We're not going to, we're not sponsored by Hallmark or anybody, so we don't have to harness our thoughts.
Yeah, like, guys, we're not getting paid to do this at all. No. Like, we don't have any sponsorships. We don't have anyone kind of calling us and being like, you can't say that, or you need to tone it down, or you need, we are our own bosses. We created this. We created our accounts. We bought our equipment. Like, no one bought us. Like, this is our honest, real selves working. We just did this, and plus we did this for fun. We didn't even create this podcast to do interviews. Obviously, anyone would want to get the opportunity to meet a person that they've seen movies of and shows and followed and fall in love with and support. Anyone would, but we're not going to sacrifice ourselves. Like, if you don't want us to interview you because we maybe are a little too honest and you don't know what you're going to get from us, we understand that, but we're not going to stop being ourselves to interview you. Not saying that to be ugly or mean or anything like that. And that's one thing that you guys have to also understand with us being honest. It's not our prerogative to just do this to be mean or rude. It's just how we are.
Yeah.
Sure, we would love to interview people like Kevin McGarry. We've talked adamantly about him. In fact,
I will say, if you are new to Anchor or YouTube, go back to our very first YouTube.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Go to the comment section. I literally have the timestamp put in the comments. I shocked this girl. Like, what have we known each other? Not, maybe 2 weeks or something?
Yeah, it was our very first episode. We have
not known each other very long at all, though.
And this chick, we had been previously talking about this. Kevin McGarry makes a cameo because he wanted to start raising money for the Actors Fund of Canada, which is a great cause for anyone that is in Canada or even in America and you want to kind of support this. They kind of help provide for people who are in entertainment such as Broadway. It really helped them out whenever everything was quarantined and shut down. Thankfully, Broadway is back up and running, at least in America. I don't know what it's like there in Canada right now. But I know they're probably still taking donations, of course, and it kind of just helps those people who are doing Broadway and doing what they love. He did the cameos and was like, it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was $50 to get a cameo video from him. And he was very generous with his stuff. Like, he was like, if you go and look at mine and listen to mine, he was telling me dad jokes and, laughing at himself and just making really crazy QP videos. You can even go on his Cameo if you have a Cameo app, or even want to go on it and just look at his videos. You can even look at his videos he's sent to other people. He's hilarious. But yeah, she got me good because that we'd only known each other 2 weeks. I was not expecting her to buy me a cameo from him, and sure enough, and yeah,
just middle of the podcast went, "Hey Morgan, I need you to look at your phone," and she's like, "What are you doing?"
You can look at him like, "Oh, okay." And I grab my phone and I start looking at it, and you can just see my face just like, and like I dropped my phone onto my desk and I look at her, I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
And I'm over there dying laughing. So yeah.
I literally had tears going down. I literally had tears going down my cheek. I'm like, Kerri, our first video is gonna have me crying. And he's gonna see it. If he does interview us, he's probably gonna go back and look at our other videos. He's gonna see me crying like an idiot. So yeah. It's only fitting to bring that up for our new podcast episode.
Yeah. Definitely go back and watch that, because if you don't watch anything else out of our old videos, go back and watch that, because I promise it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. You can laugh at my expense. But yeah, we would love to, interview him and different ones from both When Calls to Heart, When Hope Calls, or any other show that is continually, like, we're also adding Chesapeake Shores. Heartland is still going too, so we would love to obviously, interview any of them. Kevin is also on Heartland, from like season 9 to season 13, he's been on Heartland. Heartland is on Netflix for anyone that wants to watch it but don't have the DVDs or don't have whatever. Friendly app, if you want to watch Hallmark but you don't have cable, the Friendly app. We'll try and link as many as we can in the show notes of where you can watch certain shows. Gilmore Girls is on Netflix. Heartland's on Netflix. When Calls to Heart, I want to say it's still on Netflix, but I don't know if all of the seasons are on it.
I know that girl, when we do it, I know that girl is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime is where you can watch that girl. And anything Hallmark can be pretty much watched on the Friendly app or the Hallmark Watch Movies Now.
Yeah.
They have an app as well. So yeah, and we're not, like, as you can tell right now, we're kind of going all over the place. We're not really staying on track. We're kind of just going all over the place because that's just how our brains work, I guess. And so yeah, that's pretty much how our videos are going to be.
Yeah.
Except we'll actually go into details about a specific episode or movie, so it'll be a little bit more controlled.
Yeah.
If that makes
sense. But this is just y'all getting to know us, or for our YouTube followers, we wanted to let y'all know, here's what's been going on. We didn't just desert you, we did not intend for there to be this break, but I really believe it's been good for both of us, mentally, spiritually, and I think even physically. Like, we both needed this time, and I am very, very grateful for all the blessings that have come out of doing this podcast. And I look forward to continuing this. And guys, if y'all had any idea of the hurdles we have faced trying to do this, like literally, even just me trying to go see her to film the intro video, I got sick the day I was supposed to leave.
Like 104 fever, guys.
Yeah, and thankfully I was fine the next day. Like, it was just a 24-hour thing. But I was like...
And just for Amazon to understand, I do not like you right now. Guys, I ordered my equipment like 2 weeks ago. And Amazon shuts my account down for suspicion because apparently my account was being used on a device that was not previously used. I have no clue what.
Yeah.
But they shut my account down. I'm still trying to get it back open to prove that it's me and not somebody else. Kerri, I literally tried ordering it on my mom's account. It almost did the same thing to her. And then I was like, you know what? Kerri knew my address. So I was like, can you please order this before I go nuts? We're fixing to have to do the podcast from an insane asylum because I'm about to lose it.
Yeah. I mean, even today, like, y'all, seriously, today we're supposed to record. My car tears up, and I'm like 2 hours away from home. Yeah, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? So us being here right now is a miracle, and I am not saying that lightly. I'm not saying that lightly.
No. So yeah, it's a lot of hurdles. But hey, I tell you what, it's coming from the When Calls Heart stuff. Trust me, we're going to be talking about some of the big stuff that has already been revealed. before we made this podcast, trust me, we already talked a lot about our opinions on certain topics that we will be talking about. Don't worry. But we just wanted to do this video to just kind of like, it's kind of difficult because like we're talking to you guys who are on YouTube right now, who have already know who we are, already know what we've talked about, already know what we're planning on doing. Some of you, if you coming from Instagram, but we're also talking to people who are listening to us for the first time on Anchor. So it's a little difficult to like talk to people who have already known us and talking to people who have just met us at the same time.
Yeah.
So
and you can't see us. Like if you're listening to us, we're used to like you being able to see us and seeing our expressions and whatever, because we're pretty animated. If you are listening to us on Anchor, you might want to go check it out on YouTube because it can get pretty hilarious. But
like me personally, like I've never you can ask Kerri. I've even expressed this on our podcast. I'm not a podcast listener whatsoever.
No, neither one of us are.
No, we try, like we even have friends who have podcasts, and we'll tell them all day long, like, oh yeah, we can't wait to watch it, and then they're like 5 episodes deep, and we haven't even finished the first one.
We're terrible, not really, but like
it's terrible.
If we ever like to our friends and we're like talking about doing some crossover episodes with a couple of podcasts and stuff, because we're friends with these people. And we want them on our podcast. They want us on their podcast. Please do not ever feel insulted if we are not watching or listening to your podcast. I promise you it is nothing personal.
I know, I even said, I mean, like, I don't know what it is, but I just can't, like, I guess with music is different.
Yeah. But like, I think it's more of an absent-minded thing, though, when you're listening to music.
Yeah. But
with a podcast, you're like trying to stay attentive for that long, and I'm sorry, my attention span is not that long.
It's really not. But for me personally, like I probably can listen to a podcast longer if I'm watching it like on a video. Like I can actually see them, I can see their facial expressions, I can all that kind of stuff. I don't know why, but I could probably listen and pay attention a lot more than I can if I'm listening to it like on podcasts like Spotify. And
but we did come over to Anchor, which I believe is connected to Spotify. We don't even know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing, guys. It's very, very much a just
error, guys. Trial and error. We'll figure it out eventually.
Trial and error.
I mean, seriously, when we came on to record this, I'm just going to tell on myself. When we came on to record this, I could not hear her.
Guys, I literally just bought this mic. Yesterday, we tested the mic because I literally just gotten home from a weekend trip to Mississippi. I hadn't even gotten it out of the box after already having the fiasco of not having it for 2 weeks after I tried ordering it like 4 times.
Yeah.
I set it up. It worked yesterday. And then I come on today and like she's like, I can't hear you. And I'm like unplugging it. I'm blowing into like the USB port to make sure I don't have like something in there that's preventing it. I'm testing my mic through the Zoom app. I'm like tapping it. I'm like, can you hear me? And she's like, I still can't hear you. And I'm like testing all of my different, because like my camera has a speaker, my computer has a speaker. So I'm like testing all of my different speakers. Y'all, this chick doesn't have her sound on. She doesn't have her volume up. That's why she couldn't hear me.
Oh my gosh.
I lost it. Me and her both just lost it. Because I was totally ready to just like give up. Because I was like, if this mic doesn't work, I'm about to lose it. I'm going to have to like call it the insane asylum and like book a padded room because I'm about to.
Guys, both of us are Auburn headed, like naturally Auburn headed. My grandmother swears I have blonde roots. I don't, but
same.
She swears I do.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
I know my mom jokes around because my mom is a natural blonde. So she's like, oh, well, maybe I gave you too many of my genes. And I'm like, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
But yeah, these are the types of like funny stories y'all are going to be hearing from us.
Oh, you're gonna hear a lot.
And the thing about it is, we don't usually mind telling on ourselves.
No,
like we
actually double in it. We love it. We love to share our embarrassing stories, especially on each other.
Yeah. So like, we have fun. So
if you guys do want to get an idea of kind of how we're going to be even now, we're going to be pretty much the same way we were in our other podcasts before we made this one. So if anyone on Anchor or anyone on YouTube, if this is like the first video that's been kind of like suggested to you on YouTube, go to our previous other episodes and you'll kind of get an idea of how we're going to be, how opinionated we're going to be. And yeah, just kind of get a little bit of a test drive into what you're going to get with us.
And I do apologize if y'all find this video boring, because I realize not everybody is going to want to listen to however long we have been on of us rambling on about our introduction, whatever. So I apologize if this is a little boring for you, but I promise you our videos, when we have a specific topic, are gonna be a little more, like she said, a little more organized.
Yeah, we're definitely a lot better when we have like a specific topic. But we had we had so many ideas of how we wanted to do this first video back. And we were like, we have so many things to talk about. We need to talk about like why we've been gone, why we changed our podcast, why we're not just gonna do just only When Calls the Heart, where we've been. Also talking, obviously having to attend to being on Anchor now is definitely an adjustment too, because you guys can't see us. This is literally the first thing you're going to hear on Anchor. So we're kind of struggling with this video, not going to lie. So please just kind of don't really brand us by this video alone.
Yeah. And we do apologize too, kind of if our internet glitches or anything like that. I promise you we have brand new equipment and stuff. So it's not the equipment, but sometimes you can't help what Wi-Fi decides to do.
Yes. And I think everyone can attest to that, saying as previously on whenever we were HE Central Station, my Wi-Fi went out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, literally we recorded one episode and your Wi-Fi.
One episode.
I'm telling you what, the devil has been trying to knock this podcast down literally from the start. God must have something really incredible in mind with this, and I am here for it.
Same here, because it's definitely going to have to be amazing if we're having to go through this many hurdles.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
you'll be hearing a little bit more of my end of what's been going on for the past several months in upcoming episodes, because it actually includes a movie that we'll be reviewing, and I may or may not be able to get some interviews with some of the cast or producers.
So I will give it a little hint to it, because I want just to be a little bit specific. If you're fans of the Andy Griffith Show, you're gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
So if you're kind of more into the oldies like she is, and you've watched the show and you've been like an adamant fan about it, or even if it gives you nostalgia because of your grandparents or whatever, you're gonna love this movie, and you're gonna be really excited about the interviews that we possibly can get lined up. So yeah.
When I went to Louisiana to visit with them, I brought the movie with me, and I showed it to Morgan and her mom, and they loved it.
It's so good. I was honestly a little weary of it. I'm not gonna lie, mainly because I haven't really watched the Andy Griffith Show, because I was a little afraid that I was gonna be kind of lost, because I've never really watched the show. Mm-hmm. And when you have movies that are kind of based off of another show that you've never watched, obviously there's inside jokes and inside things. And there are some. There are a lot, but like she was able to help me to, it was still funny. It was still fun for me to watch, even though
it's a good, clean, funny movie, even if you don't know the Andy Griffith Show. But if you know the Andy Griffith Show, it makes it that much better.
Yeah, and you can watch it with whoever you want to, like just like the Andy Griffith Show. It's very clean.
It is Dove approved.
It's Dove approved. It's you no matter if you're 4 years old or 84 years old, everybody will love it. And so yeah, we can't wait to review that movie and so many others that are just like it. We try and bring content that you can watch with anyone, especially those who have kids. who just kind of want to put the show on so you guys can enjoy watching it while also listening to our opinions of the show, or watch it and then of course watch our podcast. But yeah, so because we actually have a lot of people that follow us that have children, such as Amy and different ones, so we don't want to give you guys content that you guys can't listen to around your kids, because I understand that, you know, that's kind of nearly impossible when you have kids.
Yeah.
I mean, to have your own.
One of our running jokes on our Instagram lives is keep it PG, because one of us will like pop something off being sarcastic, and neither one of us get risque, really, you know, but we'll just kind of pop something off, like, and the other one will be like, PG, remember, keep it PG. So
there's children.
Yeah.
We have shout out to Bella. She's a long-lasting fan of ours and has been watching all of
our biggest fan, honestly.
Yeah, definitely, because she watches every live. She's adamantly waiting. I don't know how many times she messaged me while we were on hiatus, like, "Oh my God, when are you gonna go live again? Like, I miss your lives. Like, I need them." She's still a teenager. She's still in school, so like we'll joke around, and be like, "There's innocent ears on here."
Yeah,
I cut it out.
Yeah,
PG, and like Bella would be like, "Hello."
We love you, Bella.
We love you, Bella.
Her and tagging Kevin McGarry every time we go live.
Yeah, look out for those. If you see an account on our lives constantly tagging Kevin McGarry or anyone else,
that's Bella.
Gosh, this first video is a mess.
Yes, but that's okay. That is totally
that's in our true nature. Like, just gonna go ahead and tell you guys, it is a little bit in our true nature, but just kind of bear with us. It will be a lot more organized, a lot less chaotic.
Well, and you have to remember too, we have not recorded in like 4 or 5 months, so we're a little out of the groove of doing this. Yeah. So once we kind of get in our groove, get back going, we'll kind of pick things up a little more or whatever. And I think too, like going back and listening to our own recordings helps too, because you know we start going, okay, we're talking over each other too much, or you know whatever. So we critique our own selves, guys. Like,
trust me, no one is your worst critic than your own self. So try and remember that and be easy on each other, especially on yourself. But yeah, trust me, you guys don't need to critique us. We do enough with that on our own.
Oh yeah.
So, but
I think we have probably covered about everything.
I think so. So once again, don't judge us over this video. Please, please give our next video a second chance. For all those on Anchor. For those on YouTube, I think you've already been through this rodeo once. I think you can handle it. So,
I think so. if you're still on YouTube at this point, you're good.
You're good. So yeah,
you lasted.
One and done. But yeah, we just can't wait we love that we're back. Finally back.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord, it's been so much stress and craziness, but yeah.
You'll probably hear me break out in a song at some point during all this.
Me too. Like, me and her love to sing. We love music, so you'll be definitely hearing that too. But yeah, so since now that we've got the introduction underway, we will go ahead and tell you guys what our next videos will be on, so that way you guys can go ahead and go and watch them and get prepared for our next videos. So we will be covering the When Calls the Heart pilot movie. So it's the movie that pretty much started the series and kind of introduced the characters of When Calls the Heart. So you don't necessarily have to watch the movie in order to watch the show and understand it. For those of you that don't know, the When Calls the Heart is both the movie and the show are adaptations of the book by Jeanette Oakes. You can buy those pretty much anywhere, Amazon, go to your local library, Walmart, whatever. And it's about this, I guess Elizabeth is kind of like a city girl who goes to the frontier to do school, be a school teacher. But anyways, we're going to be doing that movie. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll just let you guys watch the movie and enjoy it. And then another podcast episode, we will be diving into Gilmore Girls. But yeah, and
We're
there'll be many
probably
more
going to be
to come.
talking pretty soon about what we think about some bombshells coming out about When Hope Calls. Like that one.
Yes. I am very excited about that. But that
Yeah.
would mainly be for our adamant fans who are very much into When Calls the Heart, who have already seen the articles coming out for both When Hope Calls' Christmas movie and, of course, the season 9.
Yeah.
Those will be out shortly, you guys. So we just want to go ahead and give you guys a jump and let you guys know what you're in for so you guys can get prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. If you made it through this whole video,
you deserve a reward.
They do. We owe them a soda. That's another joke we'll get into another time.
Jinx, buy me a soda. Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, we love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around for this crazy roller coaster of hiatus plus first coming back intro video mess. That's how I can only describe it right now. So
I think that pretty much described it.
Yeah. So once again, we will definitely get back into our groove once we start making more videos. We're so excited, so excited to start back in this. If you guys want even more raw material, please join us on our Instagrams for our lives. She will be on her Hardy's at Hardy's Forever and Always, and I will be at Team Nathan Grant.
Mm-hmm.
We go on live. We'll also try and bring some content to our Honest Goodness Pod Instagram account also. So join us on there too. We like to have fun. We like to be crazy. We like to be goofy, unscripted, raw, honest, all of that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you can hear, that's my dog walking around. If you guys can hear that. So your first cameo of that. So yeah, look for more things like that too. But once again, we love you guys, and it's so good to be back. Love you guys.
I learned the heart hands.
It took you long enough.
I know. There are so many things, y'all. Y'all just need to go back and watch our first episodes.
Yeah, like, that's all we can say to you Anchor fans. I know you guys are probably like, these are two crazy girls. No way am I going to stay on here. But if you stay this long, then I say you can make it.
Yes, definitely. All right. We love you guys so much, and we can't wait to move forward with this and bring you a lot of great entertainment, maybe introduce you to some things that you've never heard before. I know a lot of people are worried about When Calls the Heart season 9. We've had a lot of people actually message us and tell us they're not going to watch it. Like they're going to record it, but they're not going to watch it until they've heard us talk about it. So they can kind of get our feedback on it and know whether or not they're going to watch it, which that is so sweet to me that they like trust us that much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it really speaks to us and how we are.
Yeah.
Which I think is a huge compliment because
Definitely.
I mean, the fact that you guys trust us enough to give our honest opinions, which we will do. And we respect those opinions also. We respect anybody that doesn't feel like they want to watch the new season, who don't feel like they want to come back at all. Who will even if we do give opinions that cause them to want to come back, still won't come back. Whatever it is, your choice, it's your choice. And we respect you guys and we love you guys. And we just want you guys to enjoy what we give you guys. That's another reason why we wanted to add other shows is because we didn't want to just focus around one show. And when we have so many other shows that we're just as passionate about, just as opinionated about, and yeah.
All right. Well, are we ready to wrap up?
If we can. This is going to be a doozy to try and wrap up, but yeah.
Do I need to just yell cut? That's, like, I worked on a movie set, so just yell cut and like
and see.
Yeah. There you go. And see. Print it.
Cut the check. Okay. Freddie Marble fans, you know what that is. But yeah, we love you guys. Once again, don't judge us over this one video. Go back to our old videos or at least stick out for the next video. We're going to get off here before we keep rambling. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
All right. Bye, guys.